Good morning, Lagos. Good morning, world. Good morning to all the listeners. I come in peace. That's my slogan. I come in peace.
I didn't even say your name, but for you to have ascribed that to you, I didn't know why you had to lay claim to that. But there are two persons on the show today. So next, let's meet our guests in the house this morning. Well, let's get to meet our guest. Our guest got into music way back when he was at the age of 16. He started recording his albums and demos, but that's not where he started. From way back where he could go into his father's catalogs and begin to look into the catalogs to see Don Williams, Billy Ocean, Cyndi Lauper, Michael Bolton, Tracy Chapman, Lionel Richie, and so many other greats. Growing up, you see, it's like a torture as a child. You're like, what boring things do adults even listen to? But for this man, he picked all of this and rolled it up, like they say, when life gives you what, lemon, what do? You got to make what, lemonade. And if it gives you meat, why don't you do barbecue and steaks? So I just want to say welcome to the show this morning to Dombarry. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mashi. Nice to have to be on your show.
Welcome to the Grapevine. So with your kind permission, would you like us to listen to this, your new entry titled Heart?
Go ahead.
So Dombarry, do ask the Grapevine to listen to this and whatever comes.
So Dombarry give Omatseye and Smooth FM the right to play this hit song.
Okay, then Irabor, Okosun, are you ready for it? Let's go to listen to it.
I am very ready. Let's go.
Okay, so the listener, you too can also be part of it. Get to listen to it, and let's get the comments coming in onto the phone line as WhatsApp messages on 0809-444-0981. Take a listen to this one, the single coming in from Dombarry, Heart.
What is showing is the purpose shining light. You want to shine so bright. When you breathe in the snow, run that smile. And I'll be on you, deep in the time. You can receive Jesus, move into the back. Welcome to my heart. And I will follow to my heart.
Let's go. Oh God, this is nice. I think we have to go now. We have to come back to the studio, man. So let's get into the show. Shall we? Let's go and get into some more of the music. But for you to get to listen to this song, you have to follow him and get to all the social media pages, and then you will know more about Dombarry. But Dombarry, that piece is classic Bedu for me. That's what I call it. But let's go to Irabor Okosun. Irabor, what do you feel about this Bedu?
Oh, I love the melody. It's very, very refreshing. It's interesting. And I see this type of song or this type of body of work, being in web series, movies, those very interesting love-related type shows, So as I just heard it, I just like, this is something I could have even heard, on Insecure, a TV show, by HBO, by Issa Rae. So I was just wondering, like, maybe this song was probably there. I was opening my Shazam to actually check if maybe it was featured, but I'm sure this is its first release, or this is the first time most people are hearing about it. So great work. One thing I'm even curious about is, are you looking to be based abroad permanently and be releasing music, or are you looking to come into the Nigerian market and face it head on because the market has been developed?
Music as it is right now is global. So there's really like no boundaries to where you can pitch your music from or release your music from or promote your music. So I'm doing it all over the world. So I could be here in New York for a couple of months, couple of years, then UK, then Nigeria, then it's all over the world.
Okay.
There's no boundaries here.
So right. you have that global approach.
That's right.
That's all that matters, because there's some artists that we've had on here that, they just only want to be abroad or anywhere else and not really focus on the global approach. So, I mean, as long as you have that global approach, it's fine by me. Great song. I look forward to listening to the entire album.
Yeah,
okay, so this will bring me to the question, Dombarry. I'd like you to help me understand this. Let's understand the song title, Heart. Where does this stem from? Could this be, because I listened to most of the great songs we've listened to, even if it were the other guys from Cote d'Ivoire, one of those French-speaking areas we danced so much to back in the days. It was later we discovered he was singing about his heartbreak, but yet that song lights up dance party every time. So talk to us about the motivation for Heart.
I actually wrote this song when I was flirting with someone.
You were flirting.
Exactly.
Oshie, go on.
And when I got the melody, I was like, how should I channel this song in writing? How should I put the artistry? Should it be, regular or sort of like make it poetic? Then I said to myself, instead of putting something that will make you just regular song, I guess, okay, follow me to your heart and I will follow you to your heart. The heart being where the action of love is.
Okay. So in itself, but when you finished, did you take time to let that person you were flirting with, who seemed to be the inspiration for it, has that person gotten the chance to listen to this piece?
No way.
No way. Okay. I see, looking through your records, I see you are a self-recording artist. How easy has this been doing your demos from when you were 16? Talk to us about that, the challenges and other stuff about it.
For me, I got a lot of support from my mother, who loved music a lot. So every time that I want to pursue any project, like doing demos, submit to labels in different parts of the world, because my parents were living internationally, I will always get that support that I needed from them. And I made a lot of sacrifice, like, every money that I get to buy stuff for myself for school and all of that, I channel it into recording, investing in my craft.
Yes. Irabor, it's not mine alone. Irabor, please chime in. You may have some things you want to say also.
Yeah, definitely. I also want to ask him, looking at the Nigerian space right now, do you have any artists that you feel are probably doing something like what you are doing, and are you open to collaborations, regardless of their star power? Like, what kind of collaborations are you looking forward to or open to with Nigerian artists?
Yeah, like I said earlier, music is global. It's a global language, and with the rise of Afrobeat, everybody's collaborating with Afrobeat artists because it's the in thing. Afrobeat is on the world playlist. So I'm willing to collaborate with anybody any artist that is world class. That's my take. You have to be.
But based on your own selection, your own taste right now, I'm sure you probably have people that you're a fan of, because even superstars are fans of each other. So is there any, or are there any, particular artists that you're like,
yes, of course.
That would really.
I would say Thames.
Thames, okay, yes. Good. All right, because the reason I'm asking is Ashake was saying he would love to, do a song with Kanye West. We've had, Tiwa Savage with Spiro, like that one, head is for best collabo. So I'm always very intrigued by how different sounds and people can mix with each other. Back in the day, you see Rihanna and Eminem, you're like, how? But you listen to the song, you're like, oh, wow, that makes a lot of sense. So Thames is your pick.
Yeah, she's my pick. Yeah.
Only Thames.
Number one pick.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I understand why. I think I understand why you would pick Thames. If I have my means, I would also pick Thames to do a collab with her too, if I want to revive my music career. But that brings me to the next question. I understand you also have a body of work way back in 2018. 2018 till this moment, why did you just take a holiday out of the scene?
Like you asked earlier, what was the challenges in building my career from the early stage.
Yes.
Music is expensive. Being an independent artist, it takes a lot of resources. And so when I put on that work in 2008, not 2018,
Yeah,
2008,
2008. Yeah, sorry, brother.
I was probably the first Nigerian artist to release music on digital platforms. There was nobody doing it. And so I didn't have the understanding that I needed to sort of like, promote it also digitally. But I was going to radio, but Nigeria wasn't ready for that. And so later down the years, I said to myself, you know what? Let me take this thing down. Let me go back to the drawing board. Then relaunch myself again.
I'm more like the phoenix rising from the ashes all over again, but I like to stick to your past. You have your friend Frank Edwards, a gospel artist, and his big one is right. One would expect you be tilting towards gospel like your friend. Could it be for commercial gains? That's why you're opting to be, you're heading in a different direction from Frank Edwards?
Not at all. I've always done pop music. I've always written pop songs, even as being a believer, and that's my style. I like to stick to my audience where I have strength.
So, well, I see you also have other interests in terms of beyond music. You're also interested in acting, and you do voiceovers. You've attended academies to get yourself ready for it. So are you looking forward to also breaking into the Nigerian movie industry big time?
Of course, whatever opportunity takes me.
Okay. Irabor, let's throw one more question at him before we get to the red light stop. And then, because he's our guest, we won't let him go because we've got lots of entertainment stories we will be picking your minds on the show this morning. Irabor, over to you.
Sure. In a minute. Certainly. Speaking about acting, what is your favorite Nollywood movie right now? Or the most recent Nollywood movie that you have watched, that you watched and you were like, oh, wow, this is really impressive?
On Netflix, I would say, what's this movie called? It was released like a year ago or 2 years ago.
Is it comedy or drama or thriller? Who was in the movie?
No, it's a thriller. It's a movie that was done way back in the 90s. This is like sort of like a sequel. Living in Bondage.
Living in Bondage. Okay. All right. So that's a good movie for you. All right.
Yes,
okay. Because Nollywood is really, really thriving. It'd be nice to have, more people to join in who are trained experts as well.
Do not take, and guys, do not take my word for it. You just have to race down to our YouTube page. We are streaming live, so you can see if it and confirm if it doesn't have the face for the screen. I just race down to youtube.com/smooth981fm, and you get to see Dombarry there. We are Smooth 98.1. It is the Grapevine. We'll be back after this time out with more entertainment story. Irabor Okosun spreading light on a Tuesday. Does it look strange? Stay tuned. So when we come, we'll pick up some message. Irabor, are you still there for me?
I'm here, I did. I feel ground.
Okay, I'll pick up some message when we come back. So Dombarry, when we come, we'll look some messages responding to your song, and then that's it. Thanks, man.
Right. Thank you. Thanks.
Let me know if we have any message on our YouTube. If anybody's there, then we check. We can also give them a mention. We're back in 12 seconds.
Copy.
We're smooth 98.1 FM. It is the Grapevine, and I still got Irabor Okosun here with me. Irabor, give me a yes
Yeah,
if you.
I'm
And
here.
Dombarry. Well, I'm just amazed. Like, could it be a fallout of Barry? Just where did this Barry come from? Don Williams, or which of the baritone voices were you picking up? So, Barry.
That's my father.
Okay, great. So let's get some messages in now, responding to this your Bedu heart that they need to listen to. Honestly, I've got yes, the usual suspect. It comes in straight up. It won't wait, and that's Tayo. It says, if the chief boss or Mashaye hails you, take it just take it like that. This is the song I will use to sweep her off her fate or steal her heart. That's what Tayo, a listener, has just sent in to you. So that's coming to you, Dombarry. Next comes in St. Fat Joe with this one saying, beautiful song. For your song might be evergreen. Good morning, guys. Flirting. Fine boy. So he somehow sounds like Shiki. That's what he says here. That's from St. Fat Joe. Who else drops in this one? Okay, so we're done with the messages, but be sure to send in what your thoughts are responding to Dombarry's new single Heart title. That's a song by sending messages to 0809-444-0981. I look forward to the messages. Now let's get into some more entertainment gist. Now, talk about an angel. That angel would appear. You mentioned Thames. I don't know how it popped up as one of the stories we're going to look into this morning, Dombarry. So she's here. Irabor, listen to this one. Thames makes Time Magazine's 2023 Next 100 list. Did this come to you as a surprise, Irabor?
No, for the past 1 year, in fact, if not 2 years, Thames has, been dominating with 2 hit singles that she has featured in Essence and the other one with Future and Drake. I mean, she's a Grammy winner. She has won practically every award, so far. And she deserves to be on the list for 2023 because following all that she has done. But one thing I'm actually going to point out is when you get to this, mountaintop, you can still break more ground. And I feel, and I hope that she is aware of that and her team is aware of that, where she shouldn't, relax. She should be this is the time for her to be releasing more music back to back to back, just as Rihanna did when she was, during her reign before she got pregnant twice. Like Rihanna was dropping music like clockwork. She put in the work. So Thames needs to do that for the next maybe 2 to 3 or 5 years. Then she can lean back and, be rest assured that she has solidified her a place, among the greats. I wouldn't put her among the greats just yet because she still has more to do, in my own opinion, so that she can keep breaking more ground and achieving more. This is not enough.
Even though you had to just sweepingly pass through by saying she had 2 children she had before she, that doesn't take away the fact that she put out all those works here. But I know where we're heading. So let's Dombarry, let's get your own aspect of it. Thames breaking into being categorized in the top 100 of Times Magazine. Is this a surprise to you? Do you see this as being very difficult now to get someone like her to do a collab with you?
Not at all. Not a surprise. I expected it. And Omatseye was 100% correct. She need to put out a lot of work.
Okay. The reward for success is more work. That's what it is.
Yes, it is. Correct. She has to. She really has to, because everybody's just going to forget. It's just 2 songs and the other songs that she released. So she needs to really build on that so that by the time she's doing her greatest hits album or something, we have like a 20-track album to listen to. So she has a lot of work to do. She shouldn't relent. That's my point.
Now, this takes us to our next artist here, saying this one is the next story here. Tenny Akpata, popularly known as Tenny Makanaki, as she's known in the circle. She's granted an interview recently she just granted an interview and where she was talking about shedding light into her past deep family experience, and more like a scar stars carry that if they don't let you know, you won't even see. You just see all is shiny. Where she talked about the father being murdered right in their presence, and she was 2 at that time. Irabor, how difficult is this for one to live out of this kind of experience?
I mean, it's something I've not experienced in my life. I still have both my parents, and I'm very, very glad every day for them. The fact that I have them. I don't have any grandparents, so I can understand what grief is, because those were the people who raised me. But this story particularly, for the fact that you have this memory that it was done right in front of you, even if you were 2 years old, I can't even imagine the trauma that would have, happened to Thames and our entire family. Tenny, sorry. The TE is always getting me when I saw Thames and Tenny. So anyway, Tenny, seeing Tenny's lifestyle and how she moves, probably maybe that also influenced it. I don't know. But this is something nobody would want to go through in any way. Me being a son of a retired soldier as well, you're always really on your toes, just, wary about many things, because you don't know what can happen, the next time. So for her to share this with Chude during the interview, it really opens up the fact that whenever we say these celebrities are human beings as well, they feel, they bleed, they cry, they have emotion. And whenever people just think, oh, you have money or you have notoriety, you're immune to other things, this just solidifies that point that people go through a lot of things, and you really, really have to just meet them halfway. Nobody would want to grow up without a father or without a mother. It is a good thing to grow up in a two-parent home. So nobody should glorify being a single mother, a single father, if it can be avoided.
Dombarry, please also throw some more light into this one. How artists cope with this kind of reality, and yet we expect them to make us happy, but there's a vacuum somewhere. Like she said she's never lived out of it.
Yeah, so creative people are very emotional people. I would say they are the most emotional, species that we have on a planet. And so when creative people, when they go through stuff, they go even deeper in pain. And so for Timmy, I feel sorry, to hear about this, but she needed a lot of counseling and a lot of prayers, to be able to get through this and get out of it.
Let's get on to pick up pace as we get to this next story. He's always been in the eye of the storm, from the first wife getting into the second one, and then instead of, probably some person said, why we're expecting you to break more grounds and go international, but you seem to be spending more time doing recordings and throwing up on Facebook pages with second wifey. But the issue here is, I get bullied by the same people mourning Mohbad, and that's Yul Edochie talking here. This one, are you attending the masterclass if you get to hear and begin to speak like this, and how he has been able to shake off all the comments coming after he got married to the second wife, Irabor?
I said the last time we had a Yul Edochie story, I said I wasn't going to, speak on it. The guy should just, in my own opinion, keep short and move on with his life and stop being in the media.
Yeah, but this is for tragedy, and he's saying he's also experienced these kind of things, and people never saw that he also is human, and there is also
the same cloud that he is talking about that people are chasing is the same one he is also chasing by mentioning that they are chasing. So he should move on with his life. All
right. So you have any chance you would, if you get to see Yul Edochie, Dombarry, because you also mentioned the need that you might someday want to go into the Nollywood industry, what would be one advice you would be asking him for to help you succeed?
I don't think Yul Edochie is in the position to advise anybody, in my own opinion.
Let him. What's one question you will be asking him?
Why do you live your life on social media?
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dombarry. I mean, you share my sentiment. Focus on the craft. And leave all this pettiness. I mean,
okay, guys, moving on. Settle down. You see why I said we start with light. Let's hope that Irabor keeps the light till the end of the show. It is still the Grapevine, and let's get into this one. We mentioned him also in the Grapevine for about 2 consecutive weeks, and he's back here again. Basket Mouth, Mercy Johnson, others nominated for Nigerian Comedy Award is the story we are getting for this year. And now, Basket is not getting one negative publicity like you said the other time when you said it could be good publicity. Here we are. Is this what you said coming to fruition?
So basketball, we know he's, phenomenal. We know he's excellent. He understands the business of the game. So this nomination, yes, most definitely with the amount of work he has done with, rival streaming services, even home and abroad. So he gets it. So basketball being nominated for such an award, or even if it's an international award, I won't be surprised one bit. I don't know him personally in the sense of how he would react or how he behaves based off of the stories that we've been hearing. But me, I would just judge the guy based on what I am seeing. And the guy is excellent in his craft. He's a trailblazer. I mean, a lot of people look up to him. So seeing Mercy Johnson as well, seeing the likes of Tauma, Brother Shaggy, Real Worry Pikin, Sabinus, I mean, Bovi, I mean, a lot of them, Ajebo and Co. I mean, shout out to Ajebo, by the way. We went to the same school, the same set, everything. So whenever I see Ajebo succeed, I'm always, always happy because that's one of our own. And you also have Bimbo Ademoye, Yo as well, one of my mentors. I mean, the Johnson show, so many things, like Josh Too Funny as well with the thing he did in America, and we're just so happy when we see these guys, getting recognition, because it is not easy putting out content. Most people think content creation is easy. That is difficult. To make people laugh, even on top of that, is difficult. I'm sure Dombarry would understand, especially when you're trying to create. You're just wondering, would people like it? Would this even be recognized? Like, it's a lot. It's a lot.
All right. Dombarry, toss something into this conversation. Do you have a favorite Nigerian comedian, and foreign and local? Let's hear you.
Okay, local will be Sabinus right now because of the content.
Yes. And international?
Internationally would be Kevin Hart.
All right, thanks so much. Not surprised then. Let's pick up pace with this story here. The Rock returns to WWE. Does anyone remember that movie, the franchise, Fast and Furious? And here we are. Is it? Well, Irabor, what's going on?
That's where he started. That was his old stomping grounds, and they are currently on strike. The Writers Guild has a SAG-AFTRA. In America, so nobody's really working at the moment. As a sidebar, all those people who don't normally get work, that are following these people to be championing this cause, I really pity them. To be woke must be very, very expensive and costly, especially for, it's always the masses that always suffer. I see some of these actors, white and black actors, that don't normally get roles on a normal day, and they're like, I'm not working, like they wear it like a badge of honor. Good luck to you. People like The Rock, they will always be, sorted out. Like The Rock went back to his former office, so he said, WWE, my schedule has opened though. So Alpha Wrestling, let us be fighting. I am here for you people. And you trust WWE, they will tie into anything. They are great storytellers. So for sure, The Rock has a lot of free time and is going to be slamming some bodies. I mean, can you smell what The Rock is cooking?
Okay.
He's cooking up money, man. He's cooking.
Well, honestly, it's been an awesome time listening and having you and Dombarry on the show. But let's pick up more messages now. You gave yourself away mentioning, smell what The Rock is cooking. Someone is coming for you with message, but let's go on. Ogona from Amuwo says, not to be pedantic, but Rihanna stopped music to run a multi-billion-dollar makeup business, and also Fenty back. Yeah, Fenty was
Fenty.
Yeah, Fenty too, but hey, don't skip that part and go straight to babies. Irabor.
No. See, no, of course, I didn't need to mention that now. Fenty has been selling like fentanyl, like it is the brand. She's still pushing it till today. Everybody knows that. That's not made her a billionaire now. Okay. I'm just speaking musically because Tem doesn't have any business yet.
Okay. So Tyre comes in with a message. Grandpa Rock goes back to the ring. Let him cook. That's what.
Let him cook.
So before we go on the show this morning, a whole lot has been done. So I want to say thank you guys so much. But Dombarry, leave the handles where people can go listen to your songs. Let's hear them, reel them out.
Okay, my album is available. Best You Can Give is available on iTunes, Apple Music, Tilda, everywhere. Even in Nigeria, AudioMark, Spotify, whatever every streaming services.
Your social media handle, list them out so they can search for you and then begin to trail you.
You can follow. Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at Dombarry, on Twitter, Dombarry Music, on YouTube, Dombarry Live, on Facebook, Dombarry Music. Yeah.
All right, the Dombarry is spelled Dombarry. That's it. I am Dombarry, one word on social media. Search for him. You can find him. Irabor, thank you so much for your time, Irabor Okosun. Irabor left me already. Irabor. Anyway, thank you so much, Irabor Okosun, for your time this morning. And to everyone who sent in message, and to the listener, Tayo, Ogona, Josie. Josie sent in a message telling you that the song, lovely song, she said, is also interesting to know the background of the song. So, of course, trying to capture your helps me to enjoy the song even more. Well done from Josie. Thank you so much. Everyone, my name is Omatseye Atsenuwa. Good morning.